What is up, y'all? CVO Trades here. It is August 8th, 9:23 p.m., 2023. We're going to look at Lucid and a couple more stocks if time permits it. So first and foremost, we're going to start an empty chart and let's mark out some macro levels. So now I'm a big proponent of this OTE, or it's 0.62 and then 0.79. We're going to use fib log scale. And let's do one right here. I like these juicy equal highs. Eventually, I do think we're going to test this box. I'll put the background like that. Okay, so that's our higher time frame levels. We don't have to use trend lines as much, but you can see it back tested and wrote it. Now we're going to come here, still underneath all this, but once I feel like we're going to accelerate soon. So let's get rid of that. Let's look at let's go look at 3-day. 3-day looking nice, looking really nice. Daily, I wanted to bring this up. So it looks very similar to the rec-proof 3-tap setup, right? So this is the first low that forms, second low swept or deviate, and then this is the retest, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So what's expected is that we're going to move and accelerate higher to the top of the range. Now, top of the range I have is 13.38, and I think it can go for 17 bucks. Also, not financial advice. This is just for educational purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So I do think that we're gonna start a new uptrend here. We're gonna go for maybe a 2x move or a 1.5x move. Now, let me take that out and let's look at it from a supply and demand perspective. Let's go on the 4-hour. Actually, just real quick, try to bring up RSI. How's this thing looking? All right, yeah, looking good, looking good. I know you can say this is kind of arbitrary, but you can see it broke out from this and wrote it, back tested, and this is our assumed bottomed. Anytime you have ER, it's gonna probably mark either the local low or accelerate into the local low, and then you can use it to your advantage. I say like local tops and local highs, local tops and local bottoms. Sorry. So for LCID here, let me take this out and let's see what we have. All right, so for me, I'm a big proponent on O2E and market shift and market structure break. So if you guys can tell from my my TA on Twitter. Oh, did I get rid of it? Fuck. Yeah, I did. Damn. God damn it. All right, either way, I guess we don't really need it. I'll just go over for you. So to me, this is a shift. Sorry, this right here. You type in a shift. So if you watch my other video or you have access to it, you know a shift is when you have a downtrend and then you get an uptrend and it breaks and it continues higher. So what is a shift? A shift is exactly this point that's broken, right? So to help you visualize this, let me take off the EMA to help it. So here's your shift. It can be here, it can be either up here, it doesn't really matter. And then if you break it and you have enough displacement, meaning enough candle bodies up ahead, it's more likely that a new trend is starting. So it always starts on a lower time frame. So here you have your shift, right? This is the higher. You can assume, in Elliott wave terms, you can assume it's the wave 1. And then you're going to pull back and test this order block or demand zone. And it should bottom there, right? So it should bottom there. I'm going to take this out so it helps clean it up a bit. So you can even, so this is your box. You can even call this your breaker, right? Because your breaker is, so your breaker is usually going to be your last bounce, right? So this is the last bounce. So this is your last bounce. These candle body's over here. That's your last bounce, and it wants to test that void. Another way, or some more confluence is when you pull your fib and you pull up your OTE. What is OTE? Is optimized trade entry. Shout out to Bandemics for teaching me that. It's changed my whole trading perspective. So OTE, you only need these two fibs, 0.62 and 0.79. Usually when you want to start loading the dip or loading this zone, right? I usually like to use the log scale. It doesn't really matter. You can just play with it and see what you prefer more. But I like log scale, and you can see it tapped in here and it went up. Get rid of that. So now we have confirmed shift in my opinion, and we hit OTE and we bounced really nicely like 12%. So that's maybe even better. It's like 16%. So that's LCID right now. What am I expecting? And if you also want to consider it, right, you can also think of it like this. You can also think of it, you're gonna start seeing these patterns a lot more too. A lot of this, a lot of power of threes, right? So what do I think is gonna happen? It's like a bigger power of three, so something like this. So I think we're gonna go for $17, or we started the process. One other thing to note, I also think that this is a power of three. It's funny how you can combine everything and it starts to form a bigger picture. So now, right, so you can also say this is a power of three. Crazy stuff, right? But what I'm looking for, and also just to give it, for those of you that still like to see LA wave counts and RSI, let me pull this up. So I think this is a clear 1, that's a 2, and then this is let's go to the 1 hour. This looks like a ABC or WXY, it doesn't matter what you call it, because we know the assumed correction is almost done. Okay, why do I know this is a WXY? Because you have 3, and you have, this can be, this is probably WXY too, but it doesn't really matter. ABC, WXY, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh shit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. All right, and then we're gonna shoot up. So what does our assumed wave 3 look like? If we want to do our fib, you guys remember the negative retracement, right? I love that tool. And what do you know? It's probably going to point to 13.38 equal highs. So a lot of good confluence. And then do this one too. Yeah, that's some good confluence. Okay, so what can we expect in a shorter time frame? So it depends. So Rivian had good ER, so I expect that to be really good. I do think that, let me just delete this because it doesn't matter. So I do think that we're gonna see something to test this order block. It's basically a mirror image of this, right? So this up, so bounce, deviate, power 3 up. Bounce, deviate, power 3 up. So I think we're gonna test this demand, probably go like this, and shoot higher. That's in the ideal world. That's what I think would happen, but it can be so strong where it just doesn't look back. I'm already positioned pretty heavily in November 8 calls. I have a lot of equity in it as well. I'm not gonna disclose how much, but it's 5 figures. It's kind of an insane amount of I'm trying to buy fucking Lucid myself from this trade. But that's Lucid. How much? That was a 10-minute video. Ideally, I'm probably gonna take most profits. Like, get the fuck out in this box. Okay. You can leave some runners once this hits, but likely it's gonna be something like, I don't know, like this. Right, something like this. And then some continuation. So that's Lucid Air. I know we had another request from someone. Damn, my phone's going crazy. What was the other one? Stop this question. JBLU. Let's look at JBLU. All right, JetBlue. Jesus. So this is a fresh chart. Oh, nice. I mean, this is really old though. What's that? 2011. Let's pull it up. Nice. It took forever to get here. What is that? 10 years? 6 years. Anyways, let's pull this. So JetBlue, I'm not seeing any signs to get in just yet on a higher time frame. Maybe it needs to form a 3 tap itself. Yeah, I don't see any. I would not be interested in this just yet. Maybe you can do this. Yeah, I would wait. I would wait on JetBlue. Yeah, I don't see anything. I don't see any reason to enter just yet. Let's see a few more. Let's look at. I don't really see another one's interesting on my radar. Maybe Lyft. Oh wow, this is an old chart. Hit that shit exact. Very interesting. Anyways, it doesn't matter anymore. So let's look at Lyft. Let's mark out the levels. Something like that. It's a nice FVG right there on a weekly probably. It's kind of ugly. Damn, so. Alright, so lower time frame. Do we have a shift? We do have, yeah, we do. I'll count that. Okay, so you can say this is shift. And we bounced pretty well off of it. So what we need to do, still, this chart looks kind of weird though. I would be concerned just because of this price action. Maybe it does something like that. So I'd be concerned on Lyft. In terms of count looks like this. And then you have maybe something like that. So that's what I think would happen on Lyft. I'm not entirely sold just yet. QS, this is very interesting to me. I like it a lot. Yeah, I like it a lot. God damn. Why do I like it a lot? Oh, well, let's talk about it. So we're gonna look at, this is a shift, and let's see what our last bounce was, or the order block. What do you know? It's right here. All right, and that translates to right there. So expecting maybe it's truncation. Expecting. Let's probably do That's what I would look for on QS. Let the range form. Maybe it deviates, then reclaims, and then it goes higher. All right, that's it for now. Let's try to make my videos a lot shorter. It's 15 minutes for 3 stocks, so hopefully that's good enough. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps a lot. If you're interested in joining my Discord, Famous Eating, the link to join is in my Twitter bio. If you guys aren't already following me, it's at CVO Trades. Thank you guys so much, and have a great night.